The Rancor's Brothel presents a Dungeons & Dragons campaign.
Out of the Abyss.
Okay, so you guys got captured. You guys get frog marched to a cavern.
Are we going to start with the casting?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask questions.
One of us, I think, was unconscious.
Yes.
More than one of us, I think, was unconscious.
One of us was dead.
Yeah.
Dead and drunk. And then us two were awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your
Okay,
character's
so
name again?
Nexus.
Nexus and
Morauk.
Nexus and Morauk get frog marched to a cavern. They're dragging Kira. I will get these names eventually. Behind them, in the mouth of the cavern, you guys are loaded into a cart. Everything's packed up. The dozen or so drow that you saw start marching along with the little caravan.
Well,
Anybody gonna try anything? Anybody gonna do anything stupid?
I'm surrounded by drow. Probably
Yes,
not.
you are.
Just give us 5 minutes.
Well, I know.
Come on.
That's why I'm asking.
I'm unconscious, so...
I would rather stop and give you guys the chance to do it rather than you interrupt me.
I can't think of anything I would do at this point.
Okay.
Just from a character standpoint. I would probably be like, well, I'm pretty
Yeah, it was the middle of the night when you guys got taken.
If I'm in a cart, I'm going to literally try to get some shut-eye.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. I'm looking around and taking in whatever is going on, wherever we're heading.
Okay.
Unless I'm blindfolded.
No, you're not blindfolded.
All right.
You guys will travel through the night.
About how far from the village did we go?
Marched maybe an hour.
Okay. It's not far.
It's not far. You go through the night. You're given water and kind of a gruel. You're awake. Kira's awake by now.
Oh, Kira's fighting like a son of a bitch, then.
Okay. You're completely disarmed.
Right.
But you're basically stripped down to breeches. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody is.
No, but fighting at the restraints, kicking, cussing.
Yeah.
General cries of, I won't go back, I won't go back.
Oh, you're already back.
Oh,
Is-
yeah.
Is my belt still on to hold
No.
my breeches up?
No.
Oh, okay.
Think Gladiator when they were in the slave caravan.
And he had maggots on his leg?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the tunic type thing.
In Digimon Hansu?
Yes, that's about what you got. And you guys are given a gruel, some water eventually, and then you pass out because it's a lot easier to transport people when they're drugged. You'll wake up here and there.
I smile as I sleep.
You'll wake up fitfully every once in a while. You have no idea how long you're out. And eventually, you snap awake with a drow reaching through the bars of the cart with a little vial of something that smells really strong. And you hear a familiar female voice yelling, "Get them ready."
What do I see?
A cavern. Make a perception check.
Do I see anything, Jeff?
No, you
Okay.
do not. It is pitch black.
I'll probably
18?
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if there is motion,
9.
I will probably generally headbutt or kick at it. Not that it's going to matter whatsoever, but I know where I'm going and I'm not pleased about it.
Yep, absolutely. You can make the perception check too. This is hearing.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, I can see, so.
21.
Good for you.
21. What'd you get, Matt?
I got a 9.
Okay.
18.
You guys can hear a dull roaring in the background.
Roaring like a crowd or roaring like a creature?
Or roaring like a waterfall.
Not a creature. A long, drawn-out sound that does not end.
So
Mechanical?
Like a river?
No.
I do the finger in my ear thing, kind of jiggle around. Kind of.
Is this a sound I would recognize?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like water.
Okay. So we're definitely hearing the rushing of water.
Yes.
Dwarf
A
gets the
lot of
points.
water? A lot of water?
Oh, it's
Like
roaring.
a crashing.
Okay.
You eventually will come into an open cavern. Still no light. You guys can see an open cavern, a pool across the cavern from you, a waterfall coming down into it. The wagon will pull into the cavern a number of feet. I don't remember how big the map is, but you'll be offloaded. By this point, you are collared and manacled, and you're stood there for a minute, and eventually you do start hearing something mechanical. A cage or a lift will lower down. Yes, Matt.
Is it a crane?
I think it's more like an elevator.
Callback. Sorry. Continue.
You'll be loaded onto the elevator, taken up top, and you are greeted by a number of drow and a number of large, hulking, hairy creatures. Large, hulking creatures similar to a bear.
Perhaps a bug bear, as it were?
No.
Or an owl bear?
No, neither one.
Is there a way that I would recognize them?
Yeah. Nature, maybe?
I doubt you would. Kira might have a better chance. And once you get up to the upper platform, there is light.
There is light, so I can't see
there is
up
dim
there.
light.
History?
I would give you history or nature.
Sure as aren't going to make nature, so let's try history. 10.
Quaggoths.
All right. Do I know anything useful about Quaggoths?
They're strong, they're big, and they don't like people.
But they like these drow?
Those aren't people.
Probably not much.
Well, that's just inappropriate.
A dark elf is at the head of the group. Looks like he's been scarred horribly down one side of his body. We're trying something new tonight. We're casting the characters. The PCs will introduce who they are here shortly. But this guy is played by Javier Bardem.
I dig it.
He says, "Welcome to Velkenvelv. Now move."
You gotta say it like Javier.
I couldn't do that if I tried. That's not an accent I practice.
Well, what do you say? Welcome to where?
Welcome to Velkenvelv. Now move. And you are ushered across a couple of spider silk rope bridges. Slow moving for you guys. The drow don't look like they have any trouble getting across them.
What else are we seeing around? Just
You
cavern
see,
walls?
Actually, I'll show you.
How far did we go? How far did we go up in the elevator from that floor?
Good question.
Mechanically, it took 4 rounds.
Okay.
It is well over 150 feet.
Holy shit. We did that in 4 rounds?
That's what it says. You see something similar to this.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, exactly like this. You come up here on this elevator. You come across this walkway, rope bridges. There are 3 massive stalactites. Is it stalactites or stalagmites?
Tight to the ceiling.
Tight to the ceiling. Stalactites hanging from the ceiling, and you can see rope bridges going up into openings in those stalactites. You cross a bridge in front of the waterfall, and you come down to one of 3 caves on this level. This cave has bars across it, and you are all led inside. The drow priestess that you met up on the surface is following behind you. This drow who you heard called Ilvara up on the surface, who is played by Emily Blunt, says, "Accept your fate, learn to obey, and you may survive." Did I steal yours?
Nope. Sure did.
Sorry.
She can play 2 characters.
No, it'd be Olivia Munn. I always get those 2 confused anyway.
How?
I don't know. I just do.
You guys are marched into this cave with bars on the front. Fairly large. I think it's about 10 by 40 deep. This cavern right here. Mm-hmm. There are a number of other creatures in there with you. The drow shut the cage, and they all go about their business.
We're still manacled and...
and collared.
How do we wipe our butts?
Carefully.
Fair enough.
We wipe each other's.
I'll do you. You do me. I must go boom boom.
You guys are on your own.
How much light?
This chamber is lit.
Yeah, it is.
It's almost like they expect to take prisoners who can't see in the dark.
One would assume, yeah.
Hey, so, Kira, you feeling better there?
I'm in a drow prison. What the f*** you think?
I didn't know we had to go to profanity so quick. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
She's a bit hungover, she is.
You guys, if you want to, you can go ahead and introduce who you cast as your characters as you're meeting each other, as the audience is getting their first real look at you.
How many beings are in here with us besides the three of us?
There's almost a dozen,
Okay.
all kind of looking at you.
It's a baker's dozen for me there.
Yeah, pizza.
No, it's not a baker's dozen.
Okay, well, in my character design, I really wanted. You guys ever see Snow White and the Huntsman, and how they took Al Swearingen and Nick Frost and stuff, and they CGI'd them down into dwarf stature, but it still kind of looked like them. So I was like, man, who could they do that to? That'd be really an awesome dwarf. And I thought Brendan Gleeson. So I looked at a picture of Brendan Gleeson, and I was like, I'm trying to rediscover my abilities as a drawer, and so I tried to draw Brendan Gleeson, and about halfway through I realized totally not drawing Brendan Gleeson at all. I ended up drawing Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac. I'm holding up a picture now that will probably be posted to the Patreon thing. But yeah, so Morauk Steelblessed is played by Mick Fleetwood. There is precedence. He was in the first episode of The Next Generation, so...
I kind of want that on a shirt with a word bubble that says, "Don't you know?"
Yeah. I even got the right, little symbol on my armor there.
Yep, symbol of Morden.
So...
That's gone.
Yeah, so that's, I'm wearing chainmail, too. I didn't realize that till I
Until I drew it.
mail, but whatever.
Just make a bunch of circles, man. It's fine.
Yeah, but I was totally as soon I got done with the face, I was like, this is not Brendan Gleeson. I'm looking at him like, damn it, I drew the guy from Fleetwood Mac. So I emailed the guy from Fleetwood Mac, waiting to hear back. I sent him a picture. I was like, just so you know, Mick, you are now Morauk Steelblessed.
Can't wait till that cease and desist letter comes.
Yeah. So, there
Of all the places that I would expect us to get a cease and desist letter, Fleetwood Mac, not on my list. Not on my list. Thanks for that, Matt.
And of all the people, I looked at every Second City TV, player they had. I looked at, I was like, oh man, Dan Aykroyd would be kind of cool. And then I've heard him do a Canadian accent really fun before. So that'd be, hey, the actor could do it, but because I just drew Mick Fleetwood, I was like, well, it, I'll go with Mick Fleetwood. So, that's my story. Don't you know?
It's fantastic.
Lucas, introduce us to Nexus.
Nexus Malach is played by Colin Farrell, good Irish actor.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so. Well, do I have to give the entire story?
No, I don't care.
And next.
That's something that will probably come up later.
Yep, you're good.
However, I will say this. We're all stripped down, so those of you who probably noticed that...
You're in a tunic.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, your torso is covered.
Very tiny dragon-like penis, Lucas.
Damn it! It's my entire story. That's my focus.
Dragging it across your forehead. Bitch.
So I started painting Kira's mini, and I've got a layer of paint on it, and I only have 6 colors of paint because I'm lazy and cheap, and so I bought the cheapest kind of paint. So I'm mixing colors to try and play with it, right? And I'm like, okay, she's mostly wearing metal with brown underneath, and she's got this, the shaft of the glaive is going to be painted brown, and I'm like, that's too much brown. So even though I wrote mousy brown as her hair color, I'm like, I need some color. So now her hair is red. So my entire casting that I had started with got thrown off because I literally want the minifig to be striking. So whoever it is, not a redhead, but the minifig clearly is. I was going for a cross between Mila Jovovich and Jodie Foster. She's not very big. She's fairly muscular. I mean, for being a tiny woman. And like I said, that's sort of the casting that I was going for, somewhere along that line. She started out way more Jodie Foster, but the more red I painted in the hair, the more she became Mila Jovovich. So that's what I got.
Cool.
Multi-pass.
I feel like I was supposed to have a story of mine, and I don't. Everybody else has a story.
More Resident Evil than Lilu, but...
I really like Daredevil with Ben Affleck, and I thought Colin Farrell was a really great bad guy in that, and so, little bullseye action.
Well, it's just I literally...
That's why I sat and waited and gave you a chance to talk.
I didn't.
Nope, I'm good.
I don't have an explanation.
Speaking of Colin Farrell,
he's a middle-aged guy, and he's a middle-aged Asimar. So now you go.
He's not a character. He's just sitting here.
Oh, right.
Yep.
What's your character?
Troy's playing Morgan Freeman. He's just going to narrate the scene.
Oh,
Nah.
And
Now,
that-
Kira thought she was going to escape.
This was the longest night of their life.
My first night in Drow prison. Fresh
crawl through
fish.
500 yards of drow shit. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you're in a prison cavern, surrounded by 11 other creatures.
Hey there, how
you-
y'all doing?
And just before you talk, the door
Okay.
slams again,
Oh.
and the drow throw in an elf.
I think that's me.
That would be you.
So I totally wasn't thinking about Emily Blunt earlier. So, because yeah, let's go
What do
with.
you think about Colin Farrell?
That was my second choice. No, I'm gonna say she looks like Zoe Deschanel. How about that?
Works for me.
She's elfin-like.
Sure.
I always
But-
like the dark hair with the light blue eyes. I always
Yeah.
thought that was a good look.
But yeah, so I am actually a moon elf. So I am like very pale, bluish, almost kind of hue with dark hair and green eyes.
Oh, hey
Okay.
there, can I help you up there, ma'am?
So you don't see my mouth move, but you do hear. Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, that was peculiar. Yeah, help her up.
Do we
name's
do we
Morauk
all hear
Steelblessed.
that?
No.
Name's Morauk Steelblessed.
Oh, my name is Elanil. Well, nice to meet you.
Elano?
Elanil.
Oh, okay.
As Elanil
Okay.
stands up and comes more into the light so that everybody can see, you hear a growling voice in the back. Is that an elf? Well, what languages does everybody speak?
I have a lot, I believe.
I have Common, Elvish, Undercommon, Abyssal, and Infernal.
Jeebus.
Common,
Christ.
celestial, and abyssal.
Common, Dwarven, Undercommon.
Everybody but Lucas understands. Is that an elf?
What language do we hear it in?
Undercommon.
I don't know.
I thought you said you did have Undercommon.
No, I thought I'm thinking of the Furbolg that I was playing. He had like 6 languages.
Oh, so what languages do you have?
Common and Dwarf.
Oh, okay. So the two of you here, is that an elf?
Yeah. It is. Who said that?
You see a one of the Quaggoths that was outside. Well, like the ones that were outside, come pushing through the crowd of other creatures, and is very interested in the fact that a surface elf just came in, and asks you what news from the surface. I haven't been back in so long.
He again doesn't see me talk, but hears. I wasn't up for very long. I don't have much news, to be honest with you.
Your travels didn't take you anywhere near Rindenvane, did it? Did they?
No.
I need to know what's happened to my home.
Do I know anything about
I
Nova?
don't think I would know.
I would give anybody who speaks Undercommon a history check.
Would that word still be spoken in Undercommon? Would that
In
word...
fact, no. Anybody who speaks Elven now would once he's conversing with you, he switches to Elven. Perfect flowing Elven.
Well,
from
before
a
you
Quaggoth.
said that, I rolled a 17. So
I rolled a. What are we doing?
history.
History. I rolled an 11.
Since Kira understands absolutely none of this and could care less, I'm looking for a sharp bit of stone or anything that could be used as a weapon, looking to see are the torches actually mounted in this cell or not.
No, there's no torches.
So how's it lit?
Magic.
Okay, I'm
Yep.
just asking. Like, if it was if light has been cast on a source, can I take the source?
No, there's absolutely nothing in here that you can grab.
I mean, she's just going to pace and look for
Yep.
like a caged animal.
There are other creatures in here who are all looking at you. You can talk to one of them. The Quaggoth is going to keep talking to you, Troy, trying to get some kind of information out of you about his home.
I rolled an 11, so I don't know what I have to tell.
You do not recognize that name.
I rolled a 17, but I don't know Elven.
Then you would. The name Rindenvale does not ring a bell.
I don't know the language.
Okay, what is everyone doing? You're stuck in here with these people.
What other races are we seeing?
You see the Quaggoth. There's a dwarf. There are 2 kind of look like gnomes, but they're gray skinned and real stringy hair. There is a fishman, a drow, one that looks like a small dwarf, and a walking mushroom.
I'll go to the dwarf. Yeah, I'll say something nice to him.
Her.
Hey there, kindred. How you doing? I'm
Yeah.
saying it in Dwarven.
Where did you come from? How did you get down here?
Oh, we got caught up in Town X. Greenest of this campaign.
I don't think we had a name.
No, some town you were passing through. You probably didn't even
Whoville.
know the name.
I was passing through Whoville. It is Dr. Seuss's birthday. There you go.
Nice.
And we got captured by a drow war party. So, just kind of here now.
It's actually
So,
not far off from how I got here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How long have you been down here?
I've been down here a few weeks.
Okay.
So I was
Is
taken.
it easy to live? Like, survive?
No,
Oh, shit. I say in Dwarven. I only curse in Dwarven.
no, it's a lot of hard labor and terrifying moments. I fought the drow, and I didn't get any kind of a taste for what they would actually be like on a daily basis. Where are you from? Are you from the Silver Marches? Are you from...
Well, I used to be a lord over a small fiefdom up there in the northern hills.
Oh, you were a... Oh, okay. You were a surface dwarf.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm a hill dwarf.
Okay.
But on account of my wife and son getting trampled by a yak, I joined the priesthood.
My God, that's horrible.
I know, right?
Yeah.
F***ing yaks.
I changed my mind. I don't want the shirt to say "Don't you know." I wanted to say "F***ing yaks."
Fucking yaks. I know, right? IKR, huh? Anyway.
Look, he's either going to give a cease and desist or respond to the show. We're not sure which.
Or Mick Fleetwood.
Truesilver.
As she's talking to you, she catches sight of Kiro storming around looking for something to use to beat somebody's skull in.
It's like her anger is willing the bars to warp. Like, she's trying to melt them with her eyes at this point.
And she says, Kira?
Oh, you know Kira. Does she say it in Dwarven? Because Kira speaks Dwarven.
Yeah, she might.
Oh, no, I would say, I imagine Silver Marshes my ears would have pricked up, but I don't know if it would have been enough to make me turn around and see what was going on. But actually, my name will.
Yeah.
I whirl around.
I will give you a 50% chance whether you actually know her or not. But she remembers you.
Do you want me to call it, or?
50 or below.
70.
Nope, you don't remember her, but...
Know you?
I would have hoped so. We fought together.
I fought in a lot of places.
You helped us reclaim Gauntlgrim, didn't you?
Oh, shit. I never want to see the inside of a tunnel again. Jesus Christ. So you must have... Which one? I was down there for 2-3 years. I don't remember. I don't remember how long I'm down there, Jeff. We talked about how the timeline and my timeline don't line up.
Okay.
So,
well, I came with King Brunner and
right.
to help kick the drow out.
Yes.
Yeah.
My apologies. I don't remember.
Eldith Feldrin.
Eldith. What are you doing here?
I think the same as you. I was out scouting, and I was taken by whoever the hell these drow are.
I say, is the plural of drow just drow?
Yes.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Drowsies.
No.
But you're not at Gauntlgrim anymore.
I was.
Where the hell are we?
I
feel like we only traveled a few hours. We can't be that... We're not that far down, are we?
You were sleeping a lot.
Yeah, we are. I don't know where we are. Some of these people have some idea of how to get where they want to go. They must have some idea where we are. But I'm fairly lost. Yes, Troy.
Are you speaking in Dwarven or in Common?
She would be talking to Kira in Dwarven.
Okay.
I don't know if my natural inclination would be to respond in Dwarven, but I mean, I would respond in whatever she, I feel like my inclination would be to swear in Common, but I'm going back and forth if need be. So What have they got you doing here?
At this point, we're waiting.
We're nowhere near city, are we?
No. They've been waiting for days for reinforcements and transport from Menzoberranzan.
Do you know where they put our stuff?
What stuff?
Yeah, the stuff we were wearing and all that.
I wouldn't bet on seeing that again. I'm sure it's here somewhere, but
We can't go there.
where? To Menzoberranzan?
Aye. We need to escape or die before then.
You know they're listening.
I stabbed enough of the skinny bastards. Give me a blade. Give me a light. Make it a fair fight.
When did you ever know them to make it a fair fight?
Right then. We'll play by their rules. She goes back to stalking. Can I see out this? Are we behind the waterfall then?
No, you are down. Here, I will show you.
I say you sort of push the map over there. I'm just curious as to where we're at. But we're definitely like up on the cliff face or whatever. We're not down in the valley. We're up high.
This part... Oh,
Jeff just revealed every map to me in the game.
All at once, too.
Yeah, that's
It's
pretty
a comic
impressive.
strip.
Hey,
oh, here it is.
I can't do
This
it.
is the area where you came in from the cavern.
Right.
Here's your elevator going up.
Yep.
You came across here
Okay, I see the water there.
through one of the stalactites over to this walkway, and this is the tunnel you're in.
Okay. So basically, we don't know where is everything done up here, or do they keep moving you up and down?
Oh no, they put us to work all over the place.
Like, what kind of work?
Whatever they decide needs doing.
All right,
What is it?
what's this cage made out of?
Cavern?
Oh, I thought you said we were behind bars, like we were in
Oh
an
yeah,
actual
yes,
cage.
there are bars on the front.
So I assumed we were in like a barred cage. So it's just the front.
No,
edge
it's a
of the
cage for all classes, not just bards.
I don't know why, but your jokes hit better with that accent.
Because everything's funny.
The
Oh, my balls itch. What?
the bars are kind of a black metal.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
What can I do? Like, I don't have my holy symbol.
Nope.
So, am I still able to channel divinity?
No.
Beans.
Channeling divinity, it states in there, present your holy symbol.
No, it doesn't. I just read it before I asked.
Okay, read Turn Undead. It says present your holy symbol.
But I don't want to present. I don't want to do that, but I want to do the other.
I haven't read that. I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to look up the other.
So yeah, I'll sit down with is it Eldith?
Eldith.
Okay. I mean, I will just converse with Eldith and see, do we have patrols figured out? Do we have, like, at this point, I don't know who the hell she is and I don't recognize her, but we're having tactics talk now.
Yes.
Do we know where this is? Do we know what's the command structure? How many drow are there? You know what I mean?
I will get back to you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I feel like there's no need to have that active conversation anymore. That's what we're talking about.
Cool.
I am inspecting every inch of these bars. What's connected to the wall? Is it bolted? How is it connected to things?
It looks like it's growing out of the stone.
It looks like it's growing out of the stone.
It looks like it is embedded directly into the stone.
Okay. I kind of pick around it. Is it loose dirt?
No. Solid stone.
And there's obviously a door, which is... Does the door appear to only open one direction? The hinge.
Probably.
And what's it locked with? Arcane or otherwise?
Otherwise that you can tell.
Like, is it just a simple, like, keyhole?
Yeah, it's a mechanical lock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have I gotten a good look at the key?
Make a
Anybody?
perception check, Lucas, as you're over by the gate.
14.
14. You can see where as you're looking out the cage door, you can see off to the right, there is a guard post.
Can I tell how many guards are on it?
2.
Are the only 2 guards near us?
That you can see right now.
Okay.
Does Eldith know how often they change? She been paying attention?
Yeah, she could detail it for you.
Okay.
I will go and say, are you sitting or standing? It doesn't matter. I will go near you and explain what I can see from my point of view, since you can hardly see shit, even though it's lit where we're standing. Out in the cavern's probably not as good.
Yeah.
You seem to be about the only one who's tactical in the tunnels here.
Yeah. No, we'll have to take light. There's no other choice.
Well,
you
I got
lose
light.
half your height. You lose half your fighting force. I assume roughly half the things in here may or may not be able to see in the dark. I don't know about the mushroom personally.
Lucas, you look. You notice that the mushroom has like followed you around. Is like peeking around you.
Going
Okay.
Yahoo!
No, it makes absolutely no sound.
I am
The
Shroom.
mushroom have a face? Like it's a.
You can kind of pick out facial features.
Does he look like a fun guy?
Damn it! You didn't do it in the accent.
Does he look like a fun guy?
Thank
it
you.
works.
It's better.
Thank
It's
you.
better.
It's funnier.
You should do a whole stand-up routine at like amateur night with that accent.
Oh, geez.
See, it gives a picture of him,
Sure.
but it's just a face shot, and I don't think it.
Yeah, let's keep turning away from the yeah.
No, you want myconids.
No, I know where you're at.
Something like that.
Okay.
That's a myconid. That's a myconid
how tall is he?
sprout. About that tall.
Mike and I.
That's not okay. So my character's like 6'2". I'm shorter than I am.
Oh yes,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
small.
Looks like a Braylon.
So I've taken
from
notice that he's been kind of
Gen
following
3
me around.
Pokemon.
I've kind of noticed that he's been following me around.
Yes,
Okay, I will take a knee. What's your name, mate?
he looks at you.
Do you speak common? I say, I don't know that he would know Celestial and Abyssal, but I ask the same question in Celestial and Abyssal.
He looks like he's thinking about something for a second, and then there is a poof of spores.
I think he just picked on you.
Right.
As I see him trying to talk to the mushroom, I'm going to like sit down, like sort of Indian style, next to it.
And
You
Lucas,
got a cold then?
no, I don't have a cold, but I wanted to talk to you.
Right then.
That's why
Let's talk.
I infected
You don't-
your brain with my babies.
And nobody else hears this.
Okay.
You walked over, so you got the spores, but you don't
Can they
really
see
need
me? See my mouth moving at least, or do they just?
Huh?
Does everyone see my mouth moving?
Oh
Or am
yeah,
I just
you're
staring
speaking.
at
You're
this thing?
speaking out loud.
Okay.
But
Well, I wasn't sure if they could. You said no one else hears this, so
no one
they
else
hear me?
hears the myconid speaking.
gotcha.
We assume you're all high on shroom spores at this point.
Well, I am now. The wall starts playing. Go ahead.
That was Iron Butterfly.
The bars just melt themselves.
My name's Stool.
My name's Nexus.
It's good to meet you.
It's good to meet you, mate.
Do you know a way out of here?
I was hoping you would. I've been looking about. The gate seems pretty sturdy, though. You know anything
Yeah.
about the guards? I only see about 2 of them out there.
There's only 2 out there, but there's a bunch more.
Do you know
Between
where,
the drow and the quaggas.
Do you know where they hide? They up high.
You know, I wrote all these down, and I haven't said anything about them.
I wondered about that.
Yeah, Stool is played by Asa Butterfield.
All right.
Who's that?
Ender's Game, Miss Peregrine's School for...
Did you watch the Merlin
Whatever.
TV series? He played Mordred in that as a young child. Good show.
That was 10 years ago.
Most of these are going to miss because I don't watch a lot of TV, but
That's okay.
I know who you
I had to sit and Google celebrities
I know who he is.
so that I could be like, yeah, that's perfect.
Kind of looks like Elijah Wood. A little bit.
I'll give you that.
like
Yeah,
it's like
I'll give you
softer
that.
features, even Elijah Wood.
Yeah. And Eldith is Rose Leslie.
Is that chick from
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, right?
Yes. Yeah, Egret.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh.
That's who I thought you were going to go with as your character.
that would have been a good one.
Yeah.
If I remembered that I watched
picturing
TV
Emily
shows
Blunt.
occasionally.
And the Quaggoth is played by Jason Isaacs.
Nice.
I think I do know
Okay.
that one.
I got a gameplay question here.
Mm-hmm.
So does the holy symbol? It's just a symbol, right?
You can't use it. It's gone. Give it.
When I'm asking you a question, you'll know because I will address you as Sir Poop Your Face.
Go ahead.
Is it considered a magical item?
No, it is a focus.
So, if I were to craft another one out of metal, would I be able to then focus?
Yes.
Excellent.
Now where are you going to get the metal?
My handcuffs, and I'm going to use my artisan blessing.
What do you mean?
I can transmute metal. And I don't need my holy symbol to do it, because it's my channel divinity. That doesn't require a holy symbol. To make a
It
non-magical
sounds like
How
you
often
can't
can you
do it,
use
but
it?
I do like the argument.
How often can you use it?
once.
Hmm.
Once daily.
That helps you, but can
Although,
it get
I
us
mean-
through the
I was
bars?
gonna say, if we're going to transmute metal, could we maybe transmute the lock into not a lock?
That would be best.
Or if somebody could make, let's say, a clay version of the key, or a poop version of the key.
We would have had to have seen a key, and I think we were all pretty
Well,
out of
other
it.
people might have.
So you're going to start asking people to describe the key. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad plan. It's a plan. Which is it's a long-winded plan.
If we've got one transmute metal, I understand your need for a holy symbol in your identity crisis, but please open the goddamn door.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at this.
I'm going to keep.
But I
Awesome.
need,
Can you get
in
the-
order to do the key, I would need either the key, a copy of the key.
Just transmute the metal to not being a locking mechanism anymore. I don't care what you
I just have to
out
make
of
it into something else that's less than 100 GP in worth. So
anything.
yeah.
How about a shiv? Can you
No,
transmute it into a
literally
shiv?
could just like
I mean, I could make it into a dirk, something that's under 100 GP. Because I leveled up to level 2.
I just like the idea that you cast this spell and you're like, look, I got my holy symbol. And you're no longer manacled. And we're like, you could transmute metal? And you're like, yeah, one time.
For a short rest.
We're like, F you! Open the door! That is exactly the way that conversation would play out. As Kira begins to beat you with your holy symbol.
Look, I made this little metal bear.
But then I could use Cure Wounds to fix my
Nice. How'd you do that? Transmute
wait.
metal. Can you do the lock? Oh no, you gotta wait for that. I just wanted the bear.
I get lonely.
Okay, you don't even have to have materials to do it. You don't have to have a starting material to do it. You just craft an item magically.
Okay. Well, I've got her out.
Are there any limits on this crafting of an item?
Yes.
100
Okay.
GP.
Non-magical item, less than 100 GP.
Which could still be like a sword.
Well, and after a short rest, I could do me a f***ing...
or lockpicks.
Yeah, get how many people are in here now?
Are you
14?
trying it?
Oh, not without a plan.
Okay.
All right. I'm talking to Stool
Yes.
20 minutes ago, and we didn't get very far.
No, you're tripping out and
He
looking
wanted
at
to
a
talk
door.
to me about something. Oh, he asked me if I knew a way out of here, and I did not. I asked him if he knew a way out of here.
Once I get into the tunnels, I know how to get home, but I don't know how to get past the drow and the quaggoths.
Unfortunately, I think the best way is to kill him.
I don't think I'm going to be very good at that.
You don't have to be a fighter. You just got to be a survivor.
Well,
If you can get us
I-
through the tunnels, we'll get you out.
I'm little and I'm not very good in a fight.
You see that young lady over there? As I
You sound like
Kinda
Lucas's inner conscience.
point towards Kira. She's a tunnel fighter.
Stool will swing around to look at Kira and then swing back to look at you.
Well, there's a tunnel fighter. We can get her glaive. She'll get us out.
What's a glaive?
Big long stick with a pointy end.
And before you can even explain it, he's like, "Oh, okay, I see what you mean."
See, the three of us, we're fighters. That elf might be too. Not sure.
Okay.
Tactic. Oh,
Sorry, when's the next shift? Do you know?
It'll be in the morning.
Yeah, there's not exactly sunlight down here, is it?
No, I don't like the sunlight.
I understand. You live down here then?
Yeah.
You got family?
It's like he stops to think about it, and you feel a weird flutter in the back of your head, like he's looking at what you mean by the word family.
Sure.
he's looking through the Rolodex of your mind.
Yes.
I'm letting him. I mean, I'm not going to fight it.
You don't have a choice.
That's fair.
He is inside you.
We don't have family like you think of it.
Fair enough.
We use our spores to be one mind.
Like you did on me then.
That's how I'm talking to you, yeah.
It's a bit of a shame you can't speak to everyone else. You're awfully nice fella.
Anybody who's in the spores can talk to me.
How far out can they go?
As far as you saw them go. Be about 30 feet.
About 30 feet.
I mean, he could have nailed most everybody in here if he wanted to.
Right. He just focused on it.
You
for
were
some-
walking up, so you're probably hearing this conversation. But
That's what I'm saying. So am I hearing him too? I mean, obviously I'm hearing
Yeah,
him.
He's speaking out
He's
loud.
speaking
Anyway.
orally, yeah.
So question about the telepathy. How does that work necessarily? Do I have to like open the channel with somebody to be able to speak back and forth? Or can like, it's not like I can read their thoughts, right?
No, you cannot read thoughts. It is for talking back and forth.
Okay.
Can you not talk at all with voice?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Who asked?
Didn't ask. All right. Yeah. So I mean, I guess
If-
I guess I'm trying to narrow down how long we have before we are taken out of this cage to be put to work. If he has any idea.
Oh, it'll be in the morning. It's almost time to rest.
What do you mean? They put you to rest.
No, this is our off time. I don't know how to get us out. Maybe if you guys take a look around while we're working, you can get some ideas. but I really just want to get back to Neverlight Grove.
We'll do what we can.
If you can get me there, you guys will be safe there.
I appreciate it. We'll do what we can.
Since they were conversing, I will turn and look at like the rest of the characters in here that haven't spoken and sort of reach out to them and ask, does anyone else here think they know a way out?
The drow who's been sitting against the back side of the cavern says you won't get out.
Not with an attitude like that.
No, you just won't get out. You don't. If you think you do, you don't know the drow.
I know them pretty well.
Not if you think you're going to get out of here alive.
I've been around. I mean, no.
And this is in his head again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He probably doesn't notice at first because he's not really looking at you, but once he looks up at you, he will recognize it for what it is and say, I haven't seen that trick in a long time from one of our kind. I wouldn't show it off.
It's not much of showing off. It's how I talk.
Yes, but the drow have a history with psionics. I wouldn't show it off. And he will put his head back down and sit quietly away from everyone else. The drow is played by Luke Evans.
Okay, so I'm going to make my own holy symbol. I mean, you can. It'd be more useful to get the lock open, but yeah.
For you.
Although, like, legitimately, he's not wrong, the drow. Like, if we're in a prison camp, like, I still don't know what the they're doing here, though. This is not normal behavior, so I'm curious as to what they're either searching for or acquiring here.
What do you mean? That's not normal behavior.
It's just my understanding of the drow tend to stick to... The Underdark is a dangerous place for drow included, so they tend not to be... At least, this is the
They don't
conversation.
branch out and colonize a lot of areas.
I mean, they do, but when they do, it's usually kind of a big deal. Like, they have hunting parties and so on and so forth. That was the other thing I was going to bring up with Eldith. Like, are they digging for something particular? Are they doing something particular? Because it seems weird to have this outlying camp so far away from one of the major drow cities. It just seems unusual to me. So I didn't know if she had any further information.
No, this is an outpost.
Okay. So are they... So yeah, then they're making regular shift changes and stuff like that. They're bringing people in, they're taking people back.
Yes.
Okay. Because like I was telling them, it's not like the drow just spread out all over the Underdark. Like they pretty much, for the most part, conglomerate around the cities.
Yeah, is it 2 or 3 cities?
There are more than that.
Is there? I can think of 2 off the top of my head. And
Zobran Zan, Chad Nassad. They're in this fucking...
Springfield.
Springfield.
What was Springfield?
No, I have it in a book over there.
No, Velkenvelv is just an outpost.
Okay.
Fairly small. Eldith will tell you that she's picked out about 19 individual drow.
Does she have names?
There's Ilvara.
Right.
The guy with the scars is Jorlin Duskrin.
What was his surname?
Duskrin.
Do I would I recognize Miserum? Is it well enough? Cody recognizes it. Would Kira recognize it?
I don't know, in all honesty. I don't know how familiar you are with drow houses, and Misrim was not involved with Gauntlgrim.
Okay. Fair enough. I guess that's true, since one major house was involved.
Yeah, that was Zorlara, and that was about it.
How many priestesses are in charge?
2. There's Ilvara and her initiate, her
disciple, her student,
her student's a good word. Asha Vandry.
So not related.
No, not related. There's, you see, Jorlin Duskrin was kind of the one in favor by Ilvara. They were lovers. He was in charge. Then he met an ooze, hence the scars. Now, Shor Vandry is her number 1, and he likes to rub it in Jorlin's face.
And who is Shor Vandry?
Shor Vandry is another one of the Drow Elite guards.
Okay, so we've got Ilvara is in charge, and then we've got, what'd you say? It was Asha Vandry. Asha Vandry is her
second priestess.
Right. So they're clearly the two in charge. And then from there, we go down to Jorlin and... Who's the other guy?
Sure.
Sure.
Shoor.
So we're looking at 4 drow in charge, essentially, then.
Yes. Another 15 under them, and anywhere between 15 and 30 Quaggoths.
Any surprises?
About halfway down the cavern, there's a ton of giant spiders.
Not surprising.
As you guys were coming up, you would have passed through a layer of web.
Yeah.
Looking over the edge, you can see webs crisscrossing all through the cavern.
But are they working for the drow, or are they just
yeah.
there? They are working for them.
Oh yeah.
Can we take an interlude and I go talk to the young-looking dwarf? You said a little dwarf.
He's definitely not a surface dwarf. He is. I'm sure that you guys would know what Durgar are. He looks like a smaller version of a Durgar. Yeah, there's him. As you two are, as Kira and Eldith are talking, one of the deep gnomes would come up.
Yeah.
And say, if you guys are planning on getting out of here, I could get you through that door if you need to. Name's Jim Jar, who is played by Michael Pena.
So yeah, I have this cousin. He can get us out of here. He knows how to wait.
Pleasure, Jim Jar. I plan on taking the lot of us. He'll take all of us and then some.
Now, see, I'm more than happy to help you, but I want to know what happens once we're out of here. What kind of plan do you have to get out of here?
Working on that part. You solved part A. I'm working on part B.
And for you, where is out of here? What's the goal?
You see, the drow control certain parts of the Underdark. I want to be not in those parts. Don't really care where. Just not in them.
So...
Where are you looking to go, Jim Jar?
I would love to go home. I want to get back to Blingdenstone.
Fair. Do I recognize Blingdenstone? Because Cody doesn't recognize Blingdenstone.
Yes, they trade with Gauntlegrim.
Okay. Haven't gone that far in the book, Jeff. It's a 3-book series. I'm working on it.
That series, you won't even retake Gauntlegrim.
Thanks for ruining the ending.
Archmage starts with Brunner marching back to Gauntlegrim with an army of dwarves.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not allowed to read because it has spoilers in it.
I guess it really doesn't.
Now
that I've gotten to the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I look around, I'm assuming that everyone here is weary and probably not shipshape.
Yes. Everybody here.
Like, we're looking at the 4 most fit and physically capable individuals.
Actually, the other 2 deep gnomes look pretty fit. They actually look better off than most.
Okay. Because what I'm thinking is, right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, we've got what, 12?
He said 11 others.
Oh, is it 11 others?
11 others.
Okay,
plus
so
you 4.
So we're 15 versus 19 plus spiders. Roughly.
Plus 15 to 30 Quaggoths.
That's Lucas's job. Just AoE and hope that it kills them.
Well, what's an AoE? I don't have any of those.
Wondering if we can't get them to turn against each other. They're not of the same house.
As you guys are talking, more of the creatures are coming in to listen and.
So are you guys speaking common?
Put in little bits.
I mean, whatever language is needs to be spoken. I don't know about the spore thing. I don't know if the spore thing would allow us to all communicate or not. But like,
actually, yes, it would.
I don't want to metagame, but I was assuming that if we could all get together, we might even be able to silently communicate.
The effect lasts for an hour. Anybody in the puff can communicate telepathically with each other for an hour. And he can do that 3 times a day.
So yeah, that's just my general ideas. What Kira's getting across is to either the easiest thing to do, in her opinion, is to manipulate the drow against each other. Which is not how we're going to do that, but if we can get them to fight each other, that cuts the number we have to fight in half.
You hear the other 2 deep gnomes start piping up. You should work on Jorlin, or at least keep an eye on him.
The one with the scars.
The one with the scars, who's not in favor anymore, who has it rubbed in his face by Sure.
Aye, but the question is, the lady favors Sure, then, aye?
Yes.
Who do the men favor? Because a drow priestess is quite strong till you get about 15 arrows shot at her at a time.
There doesn't seem to be much dissension in the ranks beyond Shore beyond Jorlin.
So they all fall in line to the Mizram.
Yes.
Do we know if all the troops are the same house?
No idea. The only ones with house symbols are,
Ilvara.
yeah, I guess it probably would be Ilvara. Because I looked up Duskrin and it's not a house.
Yeah, I've never heard that name in any of the drow that I've
Or
ever read.
Vandry.
Neither, yeah. Same thing.
I'm just going to introduce the rest of these. The Darrow, the little gray dwarf. His name is Bapito. He's played by Willem Dafoe. There's an orc named Ront, played by Rory McCann.
Nice.
Sereth Kezer. How the hell do you pronounce KZ?
I would say cuz. Is there an apostrophe?
No. Kazekaret. Sereth Kazekaret is the L, or the drow played by Luke Evans. Shushar the Awakened, the Fishman, the Koatoa.
Yeah.
Played by Forrest Whitaker. There's Topsy and Turvy, the two twin deep gnomes.
Yeah.
Rachel Dratch and Morty Feldman.
Oh my god!
This is an all-star
Oh my
cast.
god, that's perfect. Rachel Dratch and Morty Feldman.
Is the drow paying attention in any of this conversation, or is he gonna this up?
No, he's not going to this up. He is just as anxious to get out of here as anybody else.
I think we're gonna need your help the most.
I am sure you will.
Pikey bastard.
I am not going to be dragged back to Menza Berenson in chains. Especially for something I didn't do. If I did it and got caught, that's one thing. But I'm not getting taken back for something I didn't do.
What didn't you do?
They say I killed someone. Violently.
Yep, totally out of the behavior of the drow. Never heard of that before.
If I was going to kill him, they never would have known it was me.
Checks out.
Yeah, that guy seems legit.
She's not backing down an inch.
And he hasn't even bothered to get up and come and talk. He's sitting across the room, not even looking at you.
No. They're dicks.
Even the albinos.
They're the biggest dicks.
Yep.
I think we've got to investigate the social situation, and we've got to figure out where we're going. If we can start something and get armed, we'll have a fighting chance. But I think we've got to figure out how to do that. If we just, and that's where I look at Jim Jar, it's like, if we just open the door,
you're going to get shot down in a hail of quarrels and wind up right back where you are if you're lucky.
So we wait for the changes in the guard then.
They will detail kind of the layout of the land and say, go out and work with us tomorrow. We're not going to try something tonight. Go out and work, see what is where.
no.
Get a good
I agree.
idea of what you're looking at.
No, Kira immediately lays down. Fighters got to sleep.
They will tell you that kind of the layout of the Underdark. If we're leaving here, the closest place is Sloopadoop. It's the Shushar knows the way there.
Stoopa-doopa-doopa-doop, sloopa-doop.
Am I saying that?
It's a weird name for a
Sloopladop, sorry.
Okay. Either way, it's still strange.
It almost sounds like you hear Shushar talk, and it's almost like bubbles underwater.
Mm-hmm.
All the sounds that his language works like is fish trying to speak.
Sure.
It's the closest. It's still more than a week's travel from here. The next closest place would be Gracklestug. Rapido knows how to get there, but he says the easiest way would be through Sloopladop and taking the Dark Lake. There's a roundabout way, but it's a lot longer. Jim Jar, Topsy, and Turvy all know the way to Blingdenstone. It is the furthest place from here. And
But it's the closest place to Allied territory.
it is also probably the best place for you to find a way out.
And we have Solace in the Grove.
Yes, Neverlight Grove. Stool can take you to Neverlight Grove.
How far
But
is that from here?
It's close to Blingdenstone.
Oh, okay.
Ront has no idea where he is. He's from the surface. You catch a lot of animosity between him and Eldith, They were at war in the Silver Marches before they went back to Gauntlgrim. Yeah, what else?
So much for that peace treaty. Yeah, I'm good to sleep and just really inspect the layout and figure out how to start something.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything? Anybody else want to talk to anybody? Anything?
No, I'm gonna kneel in a corner and meditate for a little while on my patron.
Because of my ability that I can do once per short rest, like, what if I turned one bar into a weapon? Would they notice?
Oh, it's an hour-long ritual to do it.
I thought it said 10 minutes.
Reread it.
You should read it again.
Okay, whatever.
It's an hour-long ritual where you would have to sit there at the bar and magically manipulate it.
Oh, yeah. In the middle of the night.
No, just imagine Matt just doing this.
For those of you listening, he's jerking off a pole.
Okay. So no?
I mean, you got an hour.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see this dynamic play out. What conditions we're under. What tools we might be working with, if any.
Like, I would give it a day and see what we need to do before
Plus,
we use the ritual.
I'm sorry, that ritual does not allow you to transmute something. It lets you craft something.
Out of?
No. It must contain, not take one thing and turn it into something else.
The object can be worth no more than 100 GP, and as part of this ritual, you must expend metals, such as coins or other finished items, with a value equal to the item you want to make. Why can't I put my hand on the bar?
Okay.
Am I misunderstanding the word transmutation? I have to have the items, like I can't sit here and
Does
be
it
like,
say
"Oof."
transmute?
No, I'm just calling it that.
Yeah,
'Cause I just
that's
watched
because
Full
it's an
Metal
hour
Alchemist.
of crafting.
Okay.
It's not just you lay your hands on it. It is an hour
I know.
of crafting with tools.
It doesn't say crafting with tools.
It
Like-
says crafting,
Okay.
which requires tools.
Starting at the beginning of a short rest, you conduct a ritual to your deity that grants you the ability to craft a finished item
Craft a finished item.
that is at least part metal. The item is completed at the end of the rest. It doesn't say anything. There's no requirement of tools. It is magical. I imagine I'm manipulating the metal like it is clay or something.
You're imagining wrong.
I get
You
a
are-
ruling on this, D&D?
It doesn't specify preference in tools.
Yeah, it
Right,
does not
but I'm
say-
pretty sure
it specifies crafting.
it does specify crafting, and I'm pretty sure
Sure.
you can look up crafting in the index, and it talks about having tools.
Yep.
I'm about 80% sure that Jeff is right. The 20% of me would like Matt to be right because it would be funny and awesome, but I'm pretty sure that that's not something that you're going to get as like... Because crafting usually takes days, Matt. That's what's special, I think, is
Yes.
you can do it in an hour in a short rest. Normally you can't, like...
100 gold piece item would take you 4 days to craft.
I'm
You're
surprised
doing
you
it
get
in
that
an
fast.
hour.
But,
It's
yeah,
25 gold a day.
really?
Yes.
I thought, for some reason, I thought it was even harder to do than that.
That's
So
why
do you have to
Lucas
have-
could have crafted 25 quivers of arrows.
Nope. Didn't have the tools.
So,
You can craft non-magical items, including adventuring equipments and works of art. You must be proficient with tools related to the objects you are trying to create.
Does it say anything about except by magic? Because that's what he's doing.
He's
Like they're
Crafting.
saying, he's crafting at an expedient rate. That's the magic.
Yep.
Well, then, I believe I would have taken a different toolkit if I knew that when I built the character. Okay.
Plus,
Matt has brewing tools or something.
I have wood carving.
as you're detailing this plan via telepathy to everyone else, they're like, you know that won't work in here, right?
What? Are you talking
Magic.
about?
You can't use magic in this cell.
What, outside the cell?
Outside the cell is probably a different thing, but I know in here it doesn't work. Only for somebody with one of those fancy house symbols.
Stool was able to speak with me.
Yes, Troy.
I don't do magic, technically, right?
No, you do not.
Yep, you're significantly more dangerous than that.
I don't know that I have anything that can help us in this situation right now.
That's okay.
Hence why Sareth said don't show it off. Go ahead, Lucas. You were saying something.
Oh, I said that Stool was able to speak with me, and Matt said that it was biological, so that's probably correct.
Yes.
Well, and the biological thing, yes, and telepathy is a psionic ability. It's not magic.
So yeah, I think we take a rest and see what we can figure out.
That sounds good.
I look at the drow and go, we may have to punch each other in the face.
I would Much rather shoot you in the back.
I'll keep that in mind.
Does anybody have any idea where they keep our stuff?
It was probably divvied out to the men.
Do you know if they have an armory?
Our somewhere.
Right, but if they know there's a place where armor is, that would be a good one to go for first if we can. I would love if Jim Jar could get us into that, for example.
They will point, or actually Jim Jar will point at the stalactite directly outside the cell and say, there's one room here where there's a guard tower. Up above that, there's an armory.
There's probably no walkway to it, is there?
Absolutely there is.
Oh, okay. So they're not just f***ing levitating everywhere. So there is a walkway there.
You literally had to walk through the guard tower to get to the cell.
Well, I did not know that, Jeff.
That's
Now
why I keep
know.
showing you the map.
You'll need a bigger map.
Okay.
There. Bigger map.
Okay. Yeah, I lay down and go to sleep.
Anybody else doing anything? Anything else you need to talk about?
Well, now that I'm totally f***ing worthless, I'll just lay down and take a little sleeps.
Our title track, Elders, is brought to you by Sleep for the Weary off their debut album, Nocturnes. Learn more about Sleep for the Weary at sleepfortheweary.com or by following the link on our homepage at rancorsbrothel.com. Enjoy the cards used during the podcast? Check out those and many other excellent Nord Games products at nordgamesllc.com. Tell them the Rancor's Brothel sent you. Want to support the podcast? Donate to the cause at patreon.com/rancors_brothel. Patrons receive exclusive content, the opportunity to play games with us, the chance to win unique prizes, and more. And don't forget to join in the conversation on Facebook by following the Rancor's Brothel and joining the group Fans of the Rancor's Brothel. Follow us on Twitter at @rancors_brothel and email your comments and suggestions to betweentwocrits@gmail.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Most of all, keep circulating the tapes. Much love, listeners.
You listen.